Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Um, Glad to be back. I do have some spare time today where I can actually post. My intentions are of posting three videos, not related in any way, but I'd like to say hello to all of my friends out there and everybody that has enjoyed these videos and that has had the opportunity to learn and the opportunity to digest all the information that we're getting. I'm just going to touch on a few pointers, a few things that are of importance here. And basically, channeling, right? For example, and I'd like to give visual examples. I'm a visual kind of person. I learned that as of late. But just think of yourself as you being a glass of water, and the water isn't precisely clean. Your energy isn't exactly at 100%. It isn't exactly working the way it's supposed to. You're just not at in the moment for whatever reason. And you do get a channeling. Of course, information comes in and things begin to happen, and the channeling may not be accurate or correct. And it's not very much so that you're something's wrong. Is that you're just not in the right place to receive a channeling and to receive information. These gaps, these spaces in time that I receive where I can get anything, I could get a whole lot of information from this scenario or whatever instance of information that needs to be given out to me. And I just don't expand too much on the information at all. I just try to keep myself centered in what I know and what I remember, and maybe add some tidbits of clarification, not so much just me wording things out of my mouth. So a lot of channelings are going to come out very weird. You're going to channel things that are just not, you're not in the right mode to channel, and you might channel some negative entity or a being. And I don't think that's necessarily happened to me or anyone else. So that's out of the way. The next thing is, remembering your past lives. Obviously, there are plenty of lives that you lived through on planet Earth. As we start the ascension and as we start to ascend, you're going to start remembering things, as I said in previous videos. And these videos are there. I'm going to actually work a lot on how to get these organized a little better, maybe catalog it in a way where you can experience different sections of my videos so that they can explain things a little better. So, as the Japanese like to say, kaizen, make it, try and make it better. Make improvements, just don't make a perfect cut the very first time. So I'm always trying to improve on the little things. In any case, so yes, you'll start remembering your past lives. A lot of your past lives are going to be very important. You're going to be historically known as a Napoleon or Hitler, or you're going to be. I always like to joke around to myself. Someone's going to come up to the crowd and say, "I was Hitler," and no one's going to think of ever stringing him up a tree right there and then. That's not, we're going to be mentally beyond that phase of understanding, and a lot of people are going to come forward, and it's going to be commonplace that these things occur. And a lot of your past lives, and that's on a grander scale, right? A lot of your past life on a just normal basis are going to be very just minute. They're not going to be very important. Maybe you're a farmer, maybe you were picking cotton, maybe you were the bad guy with the hat, or maybe you were this or that, but not necessarily anything too grandiose. A lot of experiences that we come in here are just to experience this scenario. It's very well known that a specific scenario will happen in a certain place on this planet or any planet, and then you can say to yourself, well, I want to be placed in that scenario. I want my soul to grow and learn that part of the experience. Now, a little more advanced that I'm going to, and I don't have a book, I'm just remembering as I go because this is important. I was planning on really doing something else rather than this. But in any case, lessons and understanding of situations come at different levels. So you can understand karma in one way. You can understand what karma is in a pull back and forth sort of understanding. But then at a different level, at a higher understanding, a different plane of existence where you see the rules the same, but they're all of a sudden different, you would indeed, you would see that karma then plays a role in the whole scenario of learning, and the whole scenario where you'd have to give back or put back what you take, right? You have to return that what is taken, and then you have to give in the excess of what you have to others. That's why most people that are out there need to give back more, and then their way of doing that would be putting out videos, giving out information, expressing that outwardly, because it's not a good idea to hold in too much. You have to start at some point teaching, and for whatever reason, there's a public space where now anyone can have a channel, and the energy goes out and the information is received, and in that sense you are balancing yourself so that you can grow and move forward. A lot of people are in the mindset now that if we look around and see, their mindset is of lack. There's not enough. That's a mindset. There's a mindset of not enough. But you don't want to live in that mindset. You want to live in the mindset of abundance. Even if you feel that you don't have it, if you live it inwardly, it will express itself outwardly to you in ways that only you would understand. You wouldn't tap your buddy and say, hey, you wouldn't believe what happened to me. He probably wouldn't believe what happened to you unless it happened to the both of you at the same time. Unless you both had a distant memory of a time where you lived out in the eastern United States back in the Constitution days, or even before that you can relate and correlate an information with each other and say, you know what, it could have been that way, but it could have also been my way. But we do both remember and experience as such. Very interesting. In any case, I am going to get to some material right now. These 3 videos that I'm going to post, hopefully 3, consecutively, one after the other. Maybe, I don't know, but definitely this one is important. Another thing is, if you don't like what you're watching as I'm talking, then just turn off the YouTube. Do not listen to me. You're not obligated to sit there and bash away and just criticize as I go. It's not a necessary it's not a necessary part of that experience for you to just put it to the side and you let it go. It's very easy to do. You release that kind of attachment. But guess what? You have to fill in that space with something else. So indeed, fill the space with something else different, something that's makes you happy, that you don't feel obligated to accomplish, that then doesn't bring out joy. Do what joy wants you to do, how you feel joyful. Those things you would want to do. In any case, I can't think of anything else that I might want to say. I am about to do a little reading here. There is material that's actually important, and this is something that has to go out before I forget. It would have been a 2-part video. I think it's just going to be a 1-part video. So this is for you. And it was a channeling that I received. The channeling was, it wasn't exactly, it was accepted, but I was given time to write it down. I could have just been told this information without the chance of writing it down. So it is important for you. All right. So let's see. Again, there are questions that you ask, and then these are just answers. So the first one, and as I remember to try to compile the question on my own, then usually halfway through this thing I can remember to think of the question as well, because you get both question and answer at the same time. But I don't think I did this one in here. All right. So it just starts. So it says, yes, your angels and guides have helped you achieve your goals. Let's see. And then the next one is like, why? The question was something like, why am I privileged in this way? And it says here, because your mission was imperative that your goals are met. So you needed to meet some goals. Therefore, your guides and angels have helped you achieve your goals in the background without any inclination to your rank. All right, now, so it says, yes, this method of channeling and writing down the information is relevant for the future. So as we have these two things going on at the same time, a question and an answer, and it's written down, it seems like this is important for you to write down this information, specifically the channelings that are going to happen in the future, for both the channelee and the person that types the information, for both of us. So let's see. Then it gives an affirmation. It says, affirmative. This was planned well ahead and executed in a manner that allows union to occur. All right, that's great. So it says ascension. Now, that's one that I actually did get to put in. I'm not even looking at the camera. Ascension. This one was a question, right? And it says, Ascension. Yes, of course, some must come first in line for the upgrades. I would say more like a prep before the big push forward. Then it says, you are the models, and models in a way that allows the whole or part of the whole. And then this next one is, this allows adjustments, is a continuation of this. This I remember. It continues from the first question, the Ascension one. This allows adjustments to happen for some and others, and fewer groups will be used to achieve. Yeah, I'm in a way better mood now, that's for sure. I feel like I was down in the dumps a few days ago. This allows adjustments to happen for some and others, and fewer groups will be used to achieve the goal of ascension. Right. So I now this kind of stands out here for a second. So the adjustments for some and others. So there, groups of individuals are going to be tiered in sections of what is it that they need to accomplish, or what sort of setbacks are going to need to adjustments so that these can be made at one group at a time. So let's just pick one. Greed and greed, right? I'm thinking of doing it in pairs, but they're probably pair up people that like greed and trying to think something, not to kind of hurt anyone on YouTube. Any other thing you can think of? Greed and no, not that, but I don't know, fear. Yeah. Right. And then if they group enough people in that situation, then they'll just focus the energy instead of having one individual in this way. And then you're not going to be grouped as such that you're going to be placed in a certain place at a certain time. You are not going to be in Walmart at 2:00 on a Saturday afternoon for this feeling to lighten up your soul. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying it that they have technology that is able to beam down from the top and just pick out these individuals, but you first have to sort people out before you actually get to the, all right, we're ready to zap them and, get them ready for the next phase. So these two questions, I'll read again just for clarification so that you now understand what I mean. So that's one of the things. Let's see. Give me a second here, guys. All right. So if a part of society needs certain light codes activated, they will be activated as a preparatory baseline to get in line with the process. And then they say it's a lengthy process, but the question would have been something like, how long, right? Yeah, it's a lengthy process, but it's gonna be working out for the most part. Okay, now his whole separate question here is that yes, union is the plan, and it says, allow me to continue. He says, save the best for last. Wink. Does it not feel like we're on the right path? This question will be asked, and you will know who I am to you. Your very own, more than one. Yes. Now, this is a separate question completely. And it just mentions an energy that I felt that was coming in and that was participating in the channeling, so to speak. And these were the Arcturians. And it says, yes, Arcturians can channel as well, but mostly for Andromeda. This will be more fruitful in this instance. And then it says, space, time, end of transmission. So there you have it, guys. Information, things that we need to know, scenarios, and circumstances that are going to be great for the future. You know, I remember in 2012, December 21st, 2012, just like everybody else, or most people, I was waiting for something miraculous to happen. And to me, at around 10:45 p.m. on that morning, I felt this wave of energy. The only way I can describe it is with a feeling so that you understand. Have you ever walked across an oven that was just being used, right? It's at 450 degrees and you would feel this warmth coming to you? Well, that's how it felt to me at that moment in time at around 10:45. I felt like a wave just bathed over me for a second or two, and that's it. But it was incomparable. I knew something changed after that, and I was never the same. And this is just a stepping stone for everybody that's going through that process. Maybe you weren't ready for that first wave, okay? But every time that we have a solar flare, especially an X-class solar flare, you feel this energy. You're going to feel groggy or tired or, uncomfortable. You're just going to, even if you're just hanging around someone that actually carries this kind of energy and they're near you, it's going to bring out things out of you like tar, sticky, slimy, disgusting things that you never knew you've had inside. And even today, I feel like some of these things are coming out. This union that they're talking about and purification process that we're going to be very patient with so that we can achieve the best results, it's going to feel like crap. But then at the end of the day, you're going to feel great. You know, you're going to go into a device that heals your whole body. But trust me, it's going to be very, very painful. But why not if you're going to come out the other side feeling absolutely amazing, which is great. So I'm really excited about this. Apparently, I'm making this into a very long video, but we get this all out of the way, and I did the first two sections already. It really hasn't been that long. I'm just going to read something that was important. Okay? Maybe I should leave this for another video. Yeah. I'm going to leave this for another video. It's better to separate it because now that I'm looking at what I wrote here, it's a whole matter on its own, which I want to compile a series of sorts about these things so that we can all be on the same page and that we can achieve as most greatness can be achieved within a reasonable amount of time. So I leave it to you guys to digest, to watch, to review, and to, more than anything, enjoy. And I appreciate you being there with me in the ups and downs, especially the ups, not so much the downs. So guys, I hope you enjoy yourselves. You have a good rest of your afternoon, and have a great day. Take care.